Welcome to episode 126 of the Super Parent Syndrome, and I am your host, Dr. Nick Fanning. Today we're going to be talking about disasters and distractions. Sit back and relax. Let's get started.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
So, folks, I want to say that it has been a powerful start of Season 3. We have been talking about a whole lot of issues from anywhere from my podcast absolutely sucking to the fact of like, hey, where are we going with this? And what is the call to action? And how can you bring more emotion and intensity into your life? So today, as I continue to talk about this big journey that we're all on and towards self-improvement and leveling up ourselves, we have to talk about the disasters that strike and the disasters that can happen. Because there is plenty in life to get you off course. You cannot control these, but we can control our reaction to them. Okay, we have that power and we have that ability. There is no way, even in our past, that we can change what has happened to us, but we can control our emotion tied to it. Okay? And you have to realize there will always be something out there. It could be sick kids, it could be injuring yourself, finances, weather, the news, social media. It does not matter. There's no escape from it. You're going to have distractions and these so-called disasters. What can you do about it, folks? That's what we're going to talk about. Because here's the thing. We are at point A. We want to get point B, C, D, all the way up to the life that you envisioned. The life that I actually had you sit back and relax and try to envision for your life. Now, here's the thing. Because these distractions, disasters are always going to be present, it's going to take you to have real guts and real vision for what you want so you don't get distracted. Okay? It's also going to take real guts to tell some people to keep their own garbage out of your life, because there's two different types of disasters and distractions. There's yours, okay, ones that we have control over, and then there's everybody else's, which you have zero control about, but you can choose whether or not you're going to be swept up in the sensationalism or if you're going to do your own thing, okay? Now, that drama, their issues, is where they try to drag you down. Now, in, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, there is a quadrant of what we call how we can organize our lives. There's the important, and then there's the urgent. And I can tell you this, that if somebody comes to you with, in your life where you would gauge it is urgent but not important, most likely you're handling somebody else's mess, meaning they're coming to you with their own emergency or issue, and they want you to help them out. Like, hey man, I desperately have to be out of my apartment on Saturday. I need you to come help me. For us, this isn't important. It's urgent for them, it's important for them, but we have been sucked into that. And so I can tell you this can be a distraction, and you get to decide whether or not you're going to bail this person out or if you're going to continue down your path. Now, I'm not saying that I know the right answer, because you have to figure out the circumstance for yourself. But I can tell you this, is that these distractions, these disasters, again, are everywhere. And social media, this is where it gets its power from. It gets its famous and addicting issues because it sensationalizes everybody else's distractions and drama. It only takes one little spark and you're completely hooked. Take a look at anything that's been trending this last year and what you've been sucked up into. And it could be jumping on anything that's going on in politics, anything that's going on with Trump. It could be something going on in health field or local, or hey, we just got done dealing with this, what they called this snow bomb, or this basically hurricane snowstorm here. And it was absolutely distracting for everybody for a week as they were getting planned for the storm and getting everybody there. And guess what? Man, parts of it really lived up to its name and parts of it really did not. But I can tell you this, whether or not you were directly involved or not, I can tell you this, it definitely would have distracted in your life if you were paying attention, because there was so much sensation. You get to decide, however, if you have your goals and your vision for yourself, what you're going to pay attention to. What I'm challenging you is that every social media aspect, every website, every news station has this agenda. It has a purpose of trying to, one, ensnare you in. And actually, that's what the this whole thing about fake news is they're trying to up their game and getting you more sold into watching or sold into action of that they have actually predisposed for this. It's not just this impartial reporting of events now. There's twist, there's emphasis, there's things that they downplay, things that they upplay, all to create the perfect script to get people more involved or more engaged in what they're trying to promote. We also know this is in other areas as well. Think about just any kind of holiday and getting it together in the Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. And ahead of time, you know, what are some of the potential stressors? What are some of the things that you're going to have to deal with certain members? And you get the choice whether or not you're going to basically play a part in that and potentially ruin your day, or if you're going to be basically this impartial third party watching in and not partaking or partaking, your choice. But whether or not you allow it to ruin your day or actually to improve that day, that again is your choice. And you get the same option everywhere. It's just often we don't take it. Unfortunately, instead of that, we take the bait. We get sucked in because that's just part of the dopamine hit of being involved in something that is being sensationalized or being trending and stuff like that, is having our opinion heard or having our opinion put out there. And one of the best examples of this is any kind of arguing on Facebook. Now, I don't think anybody's opinion has ever been changed by a Facebook argument. Nobody's religion, nobody's political stance, nobody's opinion on even vaccinations or who the best president is or if the dress is gold or blue and white. It doesn't matter. People's opinions aren't not going to be changed on a social medium such as that. But man, do we get sucked in. Man, do we want to share? Do we want to promote? We have these things that we try to push in. And I can tell you this, is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter worth a lick. And if you follow the trends and if you follow these sensations, if you can ask yourself, hey, is this going to matter in a week? I mean, unfortunately, we used to have to ask ourselves, is this really going to matter a year from now? But things are going so fast. We have to ask ourselves, is this going to matter in a week? In fact, folks, we just need to change our outlook and change our opinion and get away from these things that are basically negotiating and wiggling headspace in our body, in our brain, and taking up time from us. Because that's all it is. It's just we're driven to distraction. We're driven to sit on our phones and scroll for memes all day and for the fun stuff out there, instead of actually just really looking down and figuring out, okay, really what is my goal? And am I moving towards that? Am I on my phone or should I be spending time with my kids? Could I be reading a book and studying for something that would earn me more money? Could I hit the gym instead? Or am I just going to sit here and sedate? Folks, I don't have the right answer for every kind of distraction disaster out there, but I can tell you this. Your own disasters, your own distractions are enough. You don't need everybody else's. And so that comes down to it, is that you do you first. You do you the best, and then worry about your loved ones. But you first have to fill your cup. You first have to take care of you. You first have to do these things in order to have a better life. You know, they say the best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. The best way to help your kids is making sure that you're a good example and that you're taking care of yourself first so you can give them more. And I'm telling you, folks, if you have a vision, if you have goals, stick to them. I can tell you this, is that this last year, I get really selfish. And I'm one of those I'm a people pleaser. I'm trying to help everybody else but myself. And I was really good at helping everybody else while my own life was in shambles. But the moment I started focusing on me and turning it inward and making sure that I got my stuff first, everyone around me started responding to that. And in fact, instead of saving people, I was empowering them. And you can do the same thing. You just have to say enough is enough. So I hope this gives you an idea what's going on. And I can tell you that as far as action steps go, check out our free newsletter where these podcasts are delivered right to your inbox. And it gives you a nice, easy one-page little digestion of what I talk about. Also gives you action steps so that way you can move your life forward 1% every single day. Because a year from now, we're going to be 3.5 times bigger and better, baby. I hope you join me on this. And again, thank you for listening. This is Dr. Nick signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.